Hello everybody, how's it going? It's your boy, Young Venus, and today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about something that I was tempted to review, but in the end I kind of decided not to review. You may be asking, what are you going to be talking about today? Well, my answer for you is 7 Days Blood Moons. Yes, I'm back with another 7 Days to Die video, but I swear this is probably gonna be the last one for a very long time. I swear. I don't really have much else to talk about with these games after this video, so yeah. I just wanted to clarify that because I promise you I'm not a 7 Days to Die YouTube channel. That's just the games that I've had to review first in my long list of games that I'm going through alphabetically. So, anyways, I don't want to keep you here too long today, so we're going to skip past everything else in the intro and get into my talking points. I've played 7 Days to Die off and on for quite a while now. It's been almost 10 years exactly, to be honest with you. Actually, a little bit more than 10 years. I played it when it originally came out on Steam, like 2013, around that time. But, you know, the main 7 Days to Die experience is developed primarily by the fun pimps, right? Well, just last year in November of 2025, we got the first 7 Days to Die spin-off. And that spin-off's name being 7 Days Blood Moons. Blood Moons is an interesting game. I mean, it came and went like a fart in the wind. Just like most live service games are doing these days. But I kind of want to talk about the company that the Fun Pimps hired to develop this game. And that company's name being Illogica. Now, Illogica, from what I can tell from my research, they do a lot of mobile ports for games. They also do, they do some bigger things too. They help co-develop, independent games, for example, they helped out with the development of Cuphead and Spiritfarer. They even, were involved with the development of this game I thought looked super cool so many years ago called Dual Universe, which is now, guess what, it's dead too. But yeah, that's Illogica. You know, they made some interesting stuff, I suppose. Not the best, not the worst rogue gallery of games I've seen somebody work with. But, you know, none of those games that they've really worked on in the past were like 7 Days Blood Moons. 7 Days Blood Moons is a competitive multiplayer game, isometric style, you know, the 4v1s. You got your 4 survivors, and then you have your 1 zombie master. I don't know what the term is for the zombie player in the game. I'm just gonna call them the zombie master, because that makes sense to me. You just fight over and over and over again, like most competitive multiplayer games, and you test your luck in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of 7 Days to Die. But there were some things that went wrong with this game. Where do I even start? First off, the Fun Pimps didn't even market this game very well. Only the dedicated 7 Days to Die players even knew this shit was even like on the pipeline, you know? And it was just kind of thrown to the fucking slot pile. Yeah, I mean, Illogica was just kind of left to fend for their own. But you might think there's a but here, but there isn't. This game was dead on arrival. I don't even think it broke 500 concurrent players on Steam, and yeah, it just kind of went downhill after that. Nobody was really vibing with the game. They thought the monetization was kind of ass. They thought the gameplay was kind of mid for the type of game that it was trying to be. I've heard there wasn't a whole lot of content in the game either, so things got stale really fast. Yeah, so it was a pretty hectic escapade for this game. But thankfully, the game is now in greener pastures just about. It's not receiving any active development anymore. It's just kind of there to float like a shit in the toilet. But the feedback for the game came and went like a fart in the wind as well. You know, by the time people were trying to give the developers like constructive criticisms or how like to make the game feel better to play, or how to make the game experience more enjoyable, or how to actually even build a fucking player base in it, by the time all that feedback came through, the game was already basically dead. I think as of February of like 2026, there's only been around like 5 people who've played the game in the past 3 or 4 months. So yeah, not looking too good. That's kind of why I saved. That's kind of why I saved myself from buying this game too, because I think even if I did buy it, I wouldn't be able to play it because I need people to play the game with, and there's nobody on the game. Like literally nobody is on 7 Days Blood Moons. So it would be just like a virtual coaster to set your coffee on. You couldn't even set your coffee on that because, you know, it's a virtual coaster. Yeah. But yeah, that all kind of leads to like the death spiral of 7 Days Blood Moons. Yeah, the game ended development, I think, a couple of weeks ago, if not a month ago, from the point of making this video, or the time of making this video. So yeah, 7 Days Blood Moons does not look like it's long for this earth anymore. You can still buy it, it's $10, but like I said, nobody's playing it. It'd be a waste of $10. You can buy a lot of things with $10 that might serve you better than this. And as of right now, yeah, there's no hope in sight for this game, which kind of sucks. I don't really like how everybody thought making a live service game at the same time would be good for people, the consumers, or the developers. Like, Jesus Christ, I can only imagine working on a game and then having it just like lambasted and just absolutely fucking pooped on the Steam market. Like, yeah, I feel bad for Illogica. I hope the next game they work on fares a little bit better than this. You know, I don't really think this is all their fault. I think they're just doing the best with what they were given to by the Fun Pimps. This is all the Fun Pimps' fault, by the way. Like, they fucked this game up so bad. No marketing. They had a development team that barely even like knew how to work around a game like this. They changed the art style up, which I think is actually the coolest part of the game. I don't think the game looks bad. I think the game is probably just unplayable right now, which is a damn travesty. I mean, I don't think every single multiplayer game coming out these days needs to be the next Marvel Rivals or Fortnite, right? But, you know, just fucking make something fun. And if you're gonna make a fun game, make sure people know about it so they can play your fun game, right? It's like the Fun Pimps don't even realize the truth behind their name. You know, you're supposed to be pimping out the fun to us, motherfuckers. But you're over here just funding this bullshit that nobody asked for. And apparently you didn't even ask for, because you didn't tell anybody you were coming out with this shit. So yeah. My conclusion on 7 Days Blood Moons is it's dead. It's more dead than the shambling corpse it walked in on. Let me think about some cool things this game did do, right? And its short lifespan, if you can call it that. This is like a fucking spawn camp. I swear to God. But I do think the idea of a zombie game being like this, like a 4v1 Dead by Daylight style, Evolve style game, I think it's super cool. I'm pretty sure Left 4 Dead 2, maybe the first Left 4 Dead as well, did this, but they had a game mode called Versus, where you could have your team of survivors fighting against a player-controlled special infected or commander, whatever. And that was fun. It was just like bullshit to the maximum degree. And, you know, people loved that back when it was popping. Like I said, too, there's Dead by Daylight, too, that kind of does the similar avenue of gameplay as this, where you have the killer going after all of the survivors and stuff. I think those games can be very fun when they're done right. And I don't think they're all made to be like, you know, just titans of the live service industry. People put so much money into these live service games, and then when they don't make their money back, they just kind of shut the door on it. Just like with High Guard recently, like, fuck. I think games do need to be designed these days with a backup plan in case if their servers need to go down. Like, it's ridiculous. I also kind of think that the art style is cool, like I said. It reminds me of like Borderlands or Escape from Dead Island. Escape from Dead Island was not a good looking game, though. I think Borderlands is the best example in this situation right here. But man, what else can I say? I think it's cool that they lowered the price for this game too whenever they sunset it, because it was $20 before, if I'm not mistaken. And they made it easier to get the premium currency in the game through gameplay, so you don't have to buy the fucking blood dust, whatever the currency is called. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about this game. So just let me know what you guys think about 7 Days Blood Moons. I think this story should be a grim reminder to anybody out there developing a live service game that there's a big fat chance that nobody's gonna fucking play it, because we're all hooked on all of our other live service games, you know, be it Warframe or I guess the cockroaches are still playing Destiny 2. Yeah, you get what I mean. Like, there's not a whole lot of room left for big live service games right now. Unless they start stealing players from other live service games, which is very rare to happen. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about 7 Days Blood Moons. I have an announcement to make too. I recently was able to get my own desktop computer. You know, it's got a lot of powerful components in it, so I should be able to start making videos and doing other cool shit more frequently now. My old laptop is still here. I'm gonna use it for some other bullshit here and there. Mainly just monitor like Twitch streams and stuff. But I do have a new review coming out very soon, I promise. And I also have my continuation of my Terraria playthrough, my Terraria 1.4.5, bigger and bolder update playthrough that's coming out again. It's going to be more frequent, I promise. I'm going to get that playthrough all the way recorded and finished. So yeah, going to be a little bit busy, guys, but I appreciate you stopping by and listening to me blabber for quite a little bit. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you all take care of yourselves, and make sure you clean off your bad dragon dildos whenever you're done with them, okay? Later.